We are pleased to be joined in the Media Center here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway by Carl Edwards. He's the driver of the number 19 Comcast Business Toyota Camry this weekend for Joe Gibbs Racing. And this is the first time that Comcast Business will serve as the primary sponsor for Edwards' number 19 Toyota. And it also marks the first major sponsorship deal in NASCAR for Comcast Business Services. This is a big deal, and Carl Edwards is just the right driver, in my opinion, and I think the opinion of many, many others, to be driving this race car with the fine brand of Comcast Business on it. Carl, you've raced well here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You've won here, 2 previous wins. Now you're involved with Comcast Business. Talk about your relationship with Comcast Business and your outlook this weekend here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Well, thank you for the introduction. I need to get you a Comcast Business shirt. That would be good.
Extra large.
All right. No, it's really an honor to represent Comcast Business. They have come into the sport in a huge way with Eris to provide a lot of people, including some of the NASCAR tracks, with really high-speed internet and to really pick things up. So this has been cool. Comcast Business is all about speed, and I got a new driver's suit out of the deal, which I really like. So. We had a fast race car in practice. I'm really looking forward to qualifying. All of the JGR Toyotas seem pretty good. And this track is more fun than I remember it. It has some more bumps and a little more character. The cars are sliding around a little bit, and it's just about how I like it. So this is going to be a good weekend.
Thank you, Carl. We'll take questions now for Carl. We'll start with Mike Embry right here in the middle.
Mike Embry, USA Today. This race last year, Earnhardt Jr. gambled on fuel with the Daytona win in his pocket. Didn't win the gamble. Brad wins the race. Did that surprise you? And when you get in that position, or assuming you will soon,
I hope it's soon.
are you open to a pretty risky gamble like that?
Absolutely. If we can come out of here with a win, if we can win anytime, at the point at which we feel like we're locked into the chase. It definitely allows you to take gambles. It's more fun to race that way too. So this format allows guys that have wins to do that. That's what we did last year after our win at Bristol. And Darian and I talked about it early before the year even started. Whatever we can do to get wins early so that we can go out there and be aggressive, get those bonus points, and really just have a more fun racing. That's what we want to do.
Next question for Carl. Who's got one? Right over here to the far left, I believe it's, go ahead.
Case Kiefer, Las Vegas Sun. Hey, Carl. Every year when NASCAR's in Vegas, the Busch brothers are kind of a big topic because they're from here. Everyone always they're kind of the center of attention. It feels a lot different this year with them not here. Is it the same way for you guys being around the track, a little different with those 2 staples gone?
Well, I know that the competition will be easier for all of us because those guys aren't out here. Those guys are both extremely fast, and we, all of us at JGR are thinking a lot of Kyle and his recovery. Seems to be doing really well, and it looks like Kurt's well on his way to being back here soon. So, I guess we'll look forward to their return.
And I wanted to ask you about Kyle specifically, being that he's your teammate now. Has that been any adjustment for you or any difference these last couple of weeks on having him around?
I think David Reagan has done a great job stepping in there. I mean, he was the fastest car out of our group in practice. I think it's a big opportunity for him. I know that, for me, to be able to have a really good, solid teammate, that was a big part of, or that is a big part of anybody's, race weekend to help them speed up. And right now, David's doing a great job. But I really look forward to having Kyle back, with all the speed he has and the huge part of JGR that he is. He's a guy that I can learn a lot from.
Thank you.
Who else has a question for Carl? We'll go to Jenna and then to Stan.
Jennifer, AP. Carl, how is it going at JGR? You couldn't get in a car until February. So how is the adjustment going and relationship with you and Darian?
It's going really well. We're learning a lot. Each race is a learning experience. I'm learning how Darian does things. The personalities are different. It's new people. I mean, just the way that Denny and Kyle and everybody at JGR communicates. That's new to me, and so I've just been trying to do the best I can to build those relationships. but it's been great. I mean, we're having fun. Cars are pretty fast, and we feel like there's a lot of room to gain as well. We don't think as a group we're as fast as we're going to be by the end of the year. Yeah, I thought it would be harder to find my place really, but it's really simple. Everybody's extremely open in the debriefs. It's pretty amazing. I've already learned a ton about the guys' different driving styles. Everyone is there's a lot of information sharing between the drivers, and for me that's good and it's exciting. It gives me opportunity to learn new things. The way Denny drives is different than I thought he did, and it's different than what I expected, and that helped me a lot at Atlanta. You know, just this weekend, looking at practice, being able to lean on Matt and the things that he was doing, and Denny both. And I haven't even had a chance to look at David's stuff. So, I mean, all those, it's just when you have fast guys to compare things to, and all the cars are fast, and everybody's just trying to be P1 all the time, that's a fun way to race.
Other questions for Carl? Let's go to this gentleman right here from Las Vegas.
Right. Well, our fans are amazing. I mean, these events they're events. It's not a race. It's a weekend event. There's racing going on the entire weekend. There are all different things for the fans to do. And I mean, here in Las Vegas, I know me personally, I had a plane load of people coming out here. Everyone wants to come to Las Vegas. It's a fun place. So, you know, when you go out, you can't be bored around the racetrack. If you get bored, all you got to do is go out in the campground, talk to people, look at what's happening. I mean, there are families here, people from all over the world. And yeah, they come to watch everything that goes on the racetrack.
Other questions? Gentleman right there, go ahead.
Alan Bailey, ARN. Carl, looking at the wind, it's kicking up. What's that doing to the car? And since we're in Sin City, what are you doing for fun this weekend? You doing anything cool?
So the wind is a big factor. The cars are so aero dependent. We're moving so much air. We're relying on the air so much. You can feel every gust of wind. You know, coming off of turn 4, I almost hit the fence. You know, we had a big tailwind and it blew the car around a little bit. You know, that's a big factor. And I'll be at where we're going to be at the Fremont. What time is that? 6:30 to 8:30 tonight. I'll be over at the Fremont Casino. We've got a really neat thing that we've been doing for the last couple of years. I don't know how many people they give out tickets for. It's probably 400 or 500 people. Free tickets. We do a question and answer session with Jeff Hammond. And every time I'm here, I go hang out over there, and we have really good times. So that's probably the biggest thing I'll be doing while I'm here.
Right here, go ahead. Let's get him the mic.
Brad Norman, NASCAR.com. Hey, Carl. In the past, when you've gotten a new crew chief, is there like a set timeline for how long it takes to get totally comfortable with each other? Is there anything that kind of gives you a sense of where you and Darian are on the right path?
No, there's no set timeline, but I've been very fortunate every time we got a new crew chief in the past. It seems like we've done really well together soon. I know Jimmy Finnick and I, the last new crew chief I had, we won, you know, really quickly. You know, and that's really the key. You've got to do well right off the bat, and you know, and that's Darian and I's goals, is just to go out here and get a win here to start, and then it takes all the pressure off. But we both, between us, have a ton of wins and a lot of experience, and I think we'll be okay.
Go ahead.
Hi, Jake Conley, Examiner.com. I just had a really quick question. After having such a long-standing relationship with your former manufacturer, how is it switching over to the new car? Has there been an adjustment?
Right. So it's been really fun to learn about Toyota and the way they do things. For me personally, having spent so much time at Roush Fenway Racing, it's a little bit overwhelming to come to a new place and to meet everyone and to see everything. I'm really excited about the California trip. I get the chance to go out to TRD and to Toyota's headquarters. They say they have a really amazing place out there, and I get to see how they do business. And I know for me, that's been one of the neat things about being a race car driver. I get to learn a lot about all of these companies. You know, I mean, I just had a meeting with the folks from Comcast Business. I learned how they run their business, what they offer to people, how they market things, and with all these new relationships, there are opportunities to do that. So yeah, it's been pretty fun.
Any additional questions for Carl? Okay, Lee.
I didn't figure I'd get out of here without Lee asking me a question.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Lee Spencer, Motorsport.com. Can you talk about after, and I'm sorry if this was asked when I got in late, but can you talk about how the new package reacted at Atlanta? It seemed racy, able to pass in the back, but once a guy was out front, he was absolutely gone, which, don't know if even with the changes that we have, we're seeing aero push again, and if that perhaps is the issue. Secondly, and you're not going to find a driver who doesn't want more horsepower, but it would a little more, under the hood, equalize things.
So I spent a little bit of the morning watching some of that that show, The Perfect Storm, where they show all the races. They were showing a lot of the footage from back in the day. And I believe that I'm on the same page with everyone. NASCAR, the drivers, the fans, we all want to see the best racing on the racetrack. The question is, how exactly do we get that? So the way I understand it, Gene Stefanition and everyone at NASCAR is going through the process of trying to remove a little bit of downforce and to make the cars race better. I'm hoping that there's more of that in the future, because what's happening is as you remove horsepower, there's just less time off the throttle. And eventually, if you keep taking more horsepower away and the teams keep finding more and more downforce, it will be impossible to pass. So NASCAR has to stay ahead of that curve. They're working on it. We tested a package that is even lower downforce than this. And I mean, I hope and pray every day that that's the direction we go, because I believe that's what the fans deserve. I think that's what's going to provide the best racing. And NASCAR's been headed that direction. I believe that's what NASCAR's got planned. I'm not sure exactly when they're going to bring it out, but I think that will be an opportunity. To me, it's an opportunity to say, hey, this is what the sport was built on. It's built on stock cars, not relying on spoilers and splitters, and guys manhandling race cars around the racetrack. And I think that's where NASCAR wants to be. That's where the drivers want to be, and I hope we end up there.
Anybody else for Carl? Right here. Let's get him the mic.
I just have one question. I know everyone, after you win a race, always likes to see you climb out the window and do your backflip. Has there ever been a time when you have not landed on your feet?
Not on television. I've not screwed it up, so that's been good. I know there are a lot of folks in the, in the booth, and a lot of folks up there with their cameras that want to get that one on tape, and eventually I'm sure I will fall down. But as long as I only do the backflip when I win, then I'm just I'm a guy laying on the ground there hurting, but I'll still be a winner. So that's it. All right, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it.
Carl,
Have
thank
fun.
you very much.
All
Good
right.
luck this
Thanks
weekend.
a lot. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.